Hi ladies, today is a Zoom lesson, the mid-segment of a triangle. So today we're actually going to be applying what we did yesterday on Edpuzzle where we did our setup, and now we're going to go ahead and solve. Today's LT is I can determine the missing angle and or side by using the mid-segment of a triangle. So we learned yesterday that the mid-segment of a triangle, also called as midline, is a segment joining the midpoint of two sides of a triangle. And there's a theorem. The mid-segment of a triangle, which joins those midpoints, is parallel to the third side and half the length of the third side of the triangle. We also mentioned yesterday, and we're going to rely on this heavily, is that we're just going to actually double our midline. So 2 times your midline, or your midsegment, is equal to your base. So 2DE is equal to AB. And that's what we're going to actually rely on today, because it just makes it easier. We don't have to half anything or any of this nonsense. So the try these. In triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of AB, and E is the midpoint of BC. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a nice midpoint on AB. So we're going to put a D right here. And then we're going to put E on BC. And we're going to try to make it halfway. That's actually not that bad. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty good. We know this segment's congruent to this segment. I don't like that color. We know this segment is congruent to this segment. And we know these two segments are congruent to each other as well, just by that statement of midpoint. So find EB if BC is 24. So if we look, we're going to say BC is 24. And we want to know what EB is. Well, if we look, we know that this whole segment is 24, and it's made up of 2 congruent pieces. So I can just do 24 divided by 2, and that'll give me 12. That's it. Number 2, find DE if AC is 10. Well, if we look, I put a 10 here. Well, I know what DE is, so I know 2 times DE is 10. So if I don't know what DE is, I'm going to do an X. So I know 2 times something is equal to 10. Divide both sides by 2, divide both sides by 2, and I get X is equal to 5. So DE is 5. Find AC if DE is 15. So if I think this is 15 and I don't know what this is, I can double my 15 to get my question mark. What's 2 times 15? It's 30. Number 4, find AD if DB is 7. So if I put my 7 right here, I want to know this piece. Well, they're both congruent, so AD is also 7. Number 5, find the measure of angle BDE. So find this angle right here if the measure of angle A is 37. Well, if you know that these two lines are parallel by corresponding angles, they are congruent. It's 37 degrees by corresponding angles. Let's go on to some algebraic solving problems. So with this next example, it says find x. Well, if you look, I know that if I double x, it will be equal to 30. So I know 2 times x is equal to 30. I need to solve that equation, get rid of my 2, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So I get x is equal to 15. So now that I know x is 15, I can put a 15 right in here. So I found x. Now it's saying find the perimeter of triangle ABC. So when I want to find the perimeter, I want to add up all my side lengths. Here's the issue. I don't know all my side lengths, so I actually do. If you look, I have a 9 right here, so I have a 9 right here as well. I have a 10 right here, so I have a 10 here as well. So if I want to find out what my whole side lengths are, I just add them together. 9 plus 9, 18. I have a 30. 10 plus 10 is 20. So my perimeter is going to be 18 plus 20 plus 30. You can do it in your head. 18 plus 20 is 38. 38 plus 30 is 68. So my perimeter is 68 units. In these next few examples, we want to solve for x. So when we solve for x, we just double our midline, set it equal to our base. So I'm going to do double my midline, set it equal to my base. So 2 times 2x minus 8 is equal to 2x plus 8. Distribute my 2. 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 8 is minus 16. And I get 2x plus 8. So now that I have 2x plus 8 and 4x minus 16, I want to get all my x's on one side, so I'm going to subtract a 2x from both sides of my equation. So 4x minus 2x is 2x, so I get 2x minus 16 equals 8. I now want to get that minus 16 to the right-hand side, so I'm going to add 16 to both sides of my equation. And I get 2x equals 24. Now that I know 2x equals 24, divide both sides by 2, and I get x equals 12. And that's your final answer, because you just need to solve for x. I don't need you to do anything else for this question. I just need you to solve for x. Now let's go to this one where we're going to have some decimals. But we can do it. I just double my midline. So I double my x minus 3 and set equal to my base. So I'm going to do 2 times x minus 3 equals 1/2 x. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to distribute our 2, distribute the 2, distribute the 2, get 2x minus 6 equals 1/2 x. Let me make that 2 look like a 2. We're going to subtract 1/2 x from both sides of our equation. And I get 2x minus 1/2 x, which is 1.5x. So I get 1.5x minus 6 equals 0. I now need to ask myself, how do I get rid of that minus 6? Add 6. So I get 1.5x equals 6. Got to get rid of that 1.5, so divide by 1.5. And I get x is equal to 4. And that's my final answer. Now, given mg is 26, gd is 14, dm is 20, sr and n are midpoints. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my image. So I know that mg is 26. S is a midpoint, R is a midpoint, N is a midpoint. I know GD is 14. And DM is 20. So when I break apart my segments, I could say MR is 10, RD is 10. I can say that MS is 13, SG is 13. And I can also say that GN and ND are 7. It says find the perimeter of triangle SRN. So if I look, I have triangle SRN, which is just going to be a triangle with side lengths of 7, 13, and 10. So I'm going to do 7 plus 13 plus 10, which will give me 30. My perimeter is 30. It now says find the, so I have a 7, a 10, and a 13. I now want to find the perimeter of trapezoid SRDG. So if I look, the trapezoid has side lengths of 13, 7, 10, and 7 and 7. So I'm going to do 13 plus 10 and 13, 10, and 3 sevens. 13, 10, and 3 sevens. So 13 plus 10 is 23, 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21, 23 plus 21, 44. So my perimeter is 44. And that's it. If you have any questions, email myself or Miss Colorundo. Have a great day, ladies.